What's up YouTube? I am back and I have got another tea spotlight for you. Today I'm going to be showing you White Peony tea by Adagio Teas. Um, really not trying to plug Adagio even though I've got a lot of stuff by them, including this nifty little utility kettle I showed in my last video. I think it's in every tea spotlight so far. It's the first place that I found, and I really liked it. And so, why? What's the old saying? Who cares? Basically, if if you like the place, why switch, right? I did, try some other places, but Adagio is consistently better than most places, in my opinion. Just for general tea. Now I do go to other places. Wow, that was cool. Voice just cracked. Like pu'ershop.com for my pu'er tea. But unless I'm getting a specialized tea, I usually just go to Adagio. So anyway, let's take this thing out. Got my tea strainer full of white peony, and let me tell you, it is really a pain to get in there because the leaves are longer. I hate to do this, but I did have to break some of the leaves to get them to fit. Usually want to avoid doing that, just because you don't get as much flavor, and you like to retain the leaves in their natural form. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, let me shine the light on it so you can see better. Okay, as you can see, it's kind of greenish. It's got little white coloring, kind of specks, longer leaves, and I'm dropping it all over my keyboard. See, it's pretty cool looking tea, I guess. Just the leaves themselves, they just kind of smell like tea leaves, which is, no, that's a horrible example. It smells like white tea, let's put it that way. And white tea, okay, if you go back and watch my video on like what is tea, I said that white tea it's the least, they do the least to it. They basically harvest the tea and they dry it, I think, and then they do something else. Basically, white tea is basically just tea after they dry it. They don't oxidize it or ferment it or anything. So I'm going to make it, and I'm actually going to be using all glass today. This is what I use for my pu'er tea, but I washed it out really well in a glass teacup so you can actually see the tea today. Depending on how well this works, I might just do this all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it. And I still have my classic cup to get rid of stuff. So it's not really changing colors too much. Oh, this is a lot nicer than the other. Definitely sticking with this. See, this is kind of how it looks now, and as you can see, it's just a little, it looks like water with just a yellow tinge. See, and the cool thing is it has a little pouring spout. Not spout, but it's definitely easier to pour than just out of a cup. Okay, that's actually quite a bit. Alright, here is the steeping that I will brew. The only thing about this, though, is for it actually to come into contact with the leaves, I have to pour more than I really want to, or more than I'll use, because the glass is much smaller than the other one. So I'm just going to hold it up here, I guess. It's not too hot. The water's at about 170 degrees. The package says 180, but with white tea you really want to go at around 160 to 170, just because it's more delicate. So this is good everyday tea. It's the only white tea I have because I'm not really a big white tea drinker. It's not that white tea's bad or anything. It actually has the most health benefits other than rooibos or African red tea. I don't know. I prefer oolong and green and pu'er. So it smells about ready. Like I said, white tea really, you don't really do, it's very, very simple and basic, but tea connoisseurs, like people who are really, really into tea, like taste it for a living and stuff, say that, white tea is some of the most prized tea. So we're going to put it in this clear teacup. and it is only 1 ounce. This is usually used in Gong Fu tea ceremony, which I will make a video soon-ish, maybe. May not come for a few months. Main thing is, it's kind of dangerous to do over the desk, especially when there's a computer. So, let me hold it so you can see it. So this is what it looks like. Got a few small leaves floating around. See, it's very clear. It looks like water, just a bit yellowy. And actually, much better. This is kind of decent quality white tea. The really high quality stuff is gonna kind of have. It's even gonna be less colorful. So, I'm gonna take a sip. After I don't really want to have that floating around. Normally, I don't stick my fingers in my tea, but I just really don't want that leaf in my mouth. So, here he goes, bottoms up. And it tastes like white tea, which it's definitely probably the least flavorful tea, but it's definitely the most subtle. That's why it takes, a trained palate to kind of detect quality in white tea. And you also really have to drink a lot of white tea to where you can get to detect quality. Unfortunately for me, I don't drink a whole lot of white tea, so I can tell that this is good white tea, but if you lined it up with this and some Silver Needle, really good quality stuff, it would be kind of hard for me to tell the difference. Not the difference, but I'd probably go on my own personal preferences rather than actual quality. So I'm admitting that I'm not a white tea nerd like I am with oolong and pu'er and other tea. But white tea, it's pretty good stuff. Definitely, like I said, a lot of health benefits. If you drink about, I think it's 6 or 8 ounces of this a day, I think you reduce your risk for heart disease by like 50%. So it's definitely worth it just based on that alone. But all tea is good for you, and so as long as you're drinking tea in general, you're gonna be healthier. But White Peony by Adagio Teas, I'm gonna put something right here, and that'll be the link to it. Like I said, it's good tea. Not for everyone, but if you enjoy tea, just in its pure form, give it a try. It's pretty cheap. Like I said, this is 8-ounce bag, and I think I noticed it's either 8 or a 12-ounce bag. I got it for something like $19, so it's definitely pretty cheap for white tea, but it's good stuff. So anyway, thank you very much. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. They don't do the rate thing anymore. They just do like or dislike. So thumbs it up. Leave a comment. I will guaranteed comment back. Unless you say something stupid, but you're a tea person, so you're probably more refined than the rest of society, right? Because we're just better than everyone else. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will have more videos up soon.